Hi people, I'm here to drop a video about working for the United States federal government. I've been a federal employee for almost 20 years, and though it's not a perfect institution, I still advocate for young people, especially black and brown young folk, who aren't serving in the military, who aren't in college, and who aren't already serving in STEM fields, to make every effort to get into federal government positions. STEM positions are, of course, also plentiful within the federal service, but if you're in the private sector and not in a STEM position, I highly encourage you to come take a look to see what civil service has to offer. Federal employment has benefits that might surprise you. For the most part, working for the federal government has offered unmatched job security. However, changing administrations may alter that, and the ability to obtain federal employment under newly proposed regulations. Project 2025. Now, that's not to say that no matter who is in office, that folks don't get fired, whether wrongfully or rightfully so. But typically, and especially during economic downturns, federal jobs are less likely to be affected by layoffs and such. And it's not just about keeping your job. Federal employees enjoy comprehensive benefit packages, including health insurance, retirement plans, and paid time off. Listen, you start accruing 4 hours of sick leave and 4 hours of annual leave from day one. You typically can't get that in the private sector from day one. Those hours will increase as your tenure increases. Accruing both sick and annual leave can contribute to more peace of mind in your position and a healthier work-life balance. Speaking of balance, federal jobs often come with flexible work schedules and remote work options, which is mad helpful in the 24 hours of day that we have to get things done in our lives. If you have an interest in working abroad, federal employment can get you there and in most cases fund your travel and housing costs while working abroad. Plus, there are endless opportunities for growth and advancement within the federal system. There are a variety of position titles and experiences that you will get exposed to while just working in your little one job. Now, look, it's not all candy canes and rainbows over here. We have our share of discrimination, ageism, racism, sexism, isms, etc. But you also have many routes of support and remedies should you be subject to any of that. A few reasons why I recommend seeking employment in the federal service, again, especially for young and black and brown people, are: number one, many positions you're qualified for based on specialized experience and not necessarily education. So that job or trade that you've been working in the private sector for years with no reward and the same old pay, see if you can transfer those skills into the Fed. Number two, many positions you're qualified for are based on education only with minimal or no experience, but you have to have that degree. So that bachelor's degree you have sitting over on the shelf collecting dust while you're out here serving tables, see if you can transfer that into the Fed. And no disrespect to wait staff and service people, I'm so grateful for these individuals and the hard work that they do every day. Number three, the pay basically increases every January, most typically. I think the last time we did not get a pay increase might have been in 2013. It's 2024. Okay, so every January we get a pay raise. Now it might be 1%, 2%, but it's something. This past year, I think it was like 5%. It was something big, and of course that relates to inflation. But typically every year you're getting an increase. Another thing which I forgot to mention, or I'd like to add to that, is the pay equity. You know, in most of these federal positions, you're all on the same scale. So what you make, Becky makes, Chad makes, Aisha makes, Maria makes, and I just think that's great. You know, equity is awesome. In addition to the annual pay raises, for the first couple of years of your initial federal employment, you're going to automatically get a step increase. I think it's like, I should know this because I'm in HR, but my mind is kind of slow right now. I think it's like the first 1 to 3 years, you automatically get a quality step increase. And that's in addition to the January increase that you would get. But the point is, you're constantly getting step increases, raises. You don't necessarily always have to go from 5 to 6 to 7 years without getting a pay raise. Number 4, you're paid according to the cost of living of the area in which you reside. So that's another kind of equity deal. What a plumber might be making in the private sector in your area, the government tries to compete with that, if not exceed. It tries to come close. And the plumber is just an example. That goes for most positions across the spectrum. And if you're open to moving to another area of the country where housing is still affordable, and the pay scale's high, for example, Texas, which I advocate for, where you can still find a good size house in the 200,000s, and the pay scale out here in the Houston area, the Dallas area, is big. It's a high pay scale. So you just have opportunities like that if you want to just maximize your pay scale. Maximize your income. And in turn maximize your retirement. Number 5, in some geographic areas and some agencies will pay for your child care or offset it, supplement it, and mass transit. In some areas, depending where you live, you get a stipend for child care or a discount, or you get reimbursed for transportation should you decide to, like in D.C., if you want to take the bus or the rail, you get funded for that. So you can get paid while you work. You can get paid to take care of your kids, and you can get paid to take the bus. I mean, what else are you asking for? There are so many other benefits to considering federal employment. I haven't listed nearly as everything here in this short video, but the purpose was just to get you thinking about it, considering it. If you're not happy with your current career trajectory or career path, and unsure about where you want to go, what you want to do, in terms of the long game. Because, unless you've started investing early, then most of us will have to work through the good years of our lives. And if this interests you, head on over to usajobs.gov, the website, because that is the only way that you can apply for an official federal position. It's the only way you're getting in. At some point, you have to go through that site and register. This is not like an Indeed where you can put Mary Jane at Hotmail. You want to, really be serious about having a complete and accurate profile. They're going to ask for your social security number, address, and all of that. Because you're coming into the federal government. So no dummy job searching accounts here. And you have to invest the time. It takes time to look for a job, especially these days. It's very time consuming. And the more general and broad the field, the more it's going to be more competitive. Highly administrative positions and general trade positions, that a lot of people have a lot of skill in, it's going to be saturated. But it's just about taking the time to make sure your profile is complete with all of your supporting documents. If you're a veteran, military service, education credentials, any of that makes you stand out and uniquely qualified for the position, you want to make sure you have all that uploaded into the account, to the profile. In the future, I plan to do a separate video going over the profile creation and job search process in the usajobs.gov site. I'll share the link in the details when that is completed. In that video, I will go over techniques to streamline your job search and maximize the return on invested time into your job search. I thank you for watching this video and wish you the best of luck on your career choices. See you in the next one.